Good day, folks. Good day, folks. Happy Sunday. Oops, I'm not supposed to say the days of the week on these things anymore because we're doing immortal content, folks. Happy day today. Oh, is that a blemish I see? Okay. I start these things unprepared much too often. So what we're going to do is get prepared. I see a blemish. Let's fix that. Ooh, there we go. Thank you, Diva Light. The price of vanity, right? The price of vanity. My eyes are burning. They're starting to burn, but it's worth it. It may affect my vision, but there is a price to looking good. Mark. Oh, behave. Okay, how you guys doing? We're good? We're plucked in? I will begin by saying, well done, my bootcampineers. Well done. Well done, everyone. I want to say something about, today we're talking about, we're doing more than talking about. We're teaching and assigning homework on the acquisition content framework. Not really. The acquisition content creation, really. Acquisition content, oh, snifflies? Yeah, a little bit of overworking going on because I know you guys care. Acquisition content creation, guys, is what we're going to talk about. Would it be a framework? I'm going to give you the Immortal content framework in 5 minutes. So those of you that are new to this concept, which is most of you actually, you can take notes. Draw out the diagram with me, myself, and I. I'm actually not going to use that. I'm just going to use papers, okay? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to draw it with you. We're going to go through it. We're going to do the homework assignment. Okay. I have a boot camp happening. It's kind of happening now. We're in the homework phase, preparation phase. I was going to do 5 pieces of homework originally, 1 for each day of the week, but unfortunately that would not serve us. I had to pivot again. I decided to pivot again and do 1 piece of homework. Let as many of you submit it as possible in our group. This is about immortal content, content that lives forever. And then have time to review some of it, only some of it. There's just too much. I mean, there's 100-person capacity in the boot camp. The assignments are between 5 and 15 minutes each. So if you just do the simple math on that, you're looking at 25 hours of review just to review every video. I don't know why I didn't do that math first, but I said I'm going to try and review every single piece. I had to kind of pick and choose, and we're going to feature some today. Okay, and they're kind of random, guys, only because I don't have time to go through every single one at this exact moment. Over the bootcamp week, though, that's different because people paid to come into the bootcamp, and more people are doing the actual homework assignment, which I recommended. I did. I said, if you don't get into the bootcamp, do the homework because that's kind of like the part that's public. I'm publicly, for free, teaching you guys how to do acquisition content and nurture content. The 2 types of content you should have. Acquisition content is made, content is value. See, I don't want to backtrack and go into too many explanations. At this point here, this is assuming you're a content creator and you put out value in your specific niche to generate leads. Good enough. To build your audience is better. Build your audience is more accurate because it's not necessarily capturing emails. Again, I don't want to go too much into detail. The point of this webinar here is to teach you how to create what's called acquisition content. Acquisition content is made to get someone popped into your audience so that you could show them your stuff over and over and over again. And when you show them, the people who have been acquired your stuff over and over and over again, that is called nurturing content. It's different. In a nutshell, acquisition content is content that's edited. It's kind of scripted. It's to the point. There's minimum ramble because you have to capture their interest immediately. Get them popped into your custom audience. I'm going to show you this when I draw it out. Once they're in your custom audience, then you can start rambling and share a little bit of yourself, a little more of yourself. Not sure if that makes sense. Because with what I'm doing here, this is nurturing content. It's educational content, webinar, workshop format. It's a little different. There are different variations of content, but I would not be doing this. Hey everybody, I have a blemish here. How are my teeth? I wouldn't do that on acquisition content because people, or I wouldn't serenade you, which I was thinking of doing earlier. I wouldn't share the dorky parts of myself, which are most of myself actually. I don't take life too seriously anymore, most of the time, okay? So I wouldn't share that on acquisition content because I've had people say, what the heck is this? What am I tuning into? You place that in an ad, some people will dig it. They'll dig you. Some people will be like, who is this guy? I'm here to learn something, because you're targeting to specific niches. And the people who are just digging you, it's cool, but they're not necessarily going to translate into dollar bills, y'all. Know what I mean? So, see, this is ramble. It's who I am, yo. It's who I am. So we're loud and clear here. Okay, let's go. I want to say, first and foremost, this has been the biggest ratio, if you look at it from a ratio standpoint, because we're only letting 100 people in, and we didn't fill up the 100. It's unbelievable. I'm blown away. People don't know what's about to go down. That is that obvious. We're going to sell a ton of courses. Excuse me in advance. Excuse me. Post cough, excuse me. I would like to say that you guys took some massive action. And it's unreal for the amount of people that got in. I'd say 70%. Jeez. 75% maybe? Heck, maybe 80% of you took action. I've never seen this before. I have never seen this before. I can only measure my metrics because I don't know what other course creators, how many people they have come in. But we had 76, 78, maybe 80. We're going to probably close it off at 80 something, maybe under 90 people. Didn't even fill up the 100. I'm blown away. I think it's got nothing to do. No, it's not the bootcamp fee. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. That's not why we didn't fill up the 100. It went out to a lot of people. It's because I think video fear and feeling that they have to do the homework. You don't have to do the homework. You get the $500 course for free. You're developing the course with us. Maybe I wasn't clear on that, or maybe they don't understand that the ones who didn't come in, maybe you don't understand that this is the thing that adds, I was going to say 4 figures per day to my audience income, that adds thousands of people per day. Between 1 and 2,000 now per day to my audience. It's more important than sales, y'all. It's the most important thing. So video fear may be one thing, but you don't have to do the assignments. You can just come in and get the $500 course, which we're going to sell a ton of. I'm just letting you know. Because after the bootcamp, there's going to be massive results. And when you're doing this kind of thing without the testimonials, it's harder to move a course. We're going to move a ton of them at $500, but by then, the bootcamp's like $71. $71 to be on it live. With that being said, we're going to have about 80 some by the time we get going, which is tomorrow. But the homework part, we're a little all over the place. So I'm all over the place because I'm excited because of the turnout. You guys are blowing me away. You're blowing me away. Some people I've seen online that have never made a video. I don't think you've ever made a video. This is the first time you're creating content by doing the homework. That blows me away. And it's unbelievable how many people are stepping out of their comfort zone. Congratulations, y'all. Like, this is the biggest step you're going to make. Once you can do this stuff, what I'm doing right here, the world is your oyster. You can communicate the content as yourself, sharing a little piece of you. Okay? So that's it. People are going to buy into you. They start by looking into the information, but they're buying into you at the same time, which is your most valuable asset. It's you. So today we're going to talk about the acquisition content that's made to populate your, I like to call it your you audience, okay? That's what we're going to call this audience that we're working on in the bootcamp, and that I'm going to refer to right now. We're going to start drawing because I can get going here. I mean, I could keep going. 11 minutes in. Unreal, Marc Lalonde. Unreal. Unreal. You keep going and you're like the Energizer Bunny. You don't stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. I'm going to share my t-shirt today because it's a little bit relevant. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Okay. I'm getting a little better. I like to think, well, it depends how you look at it. I was going to say I'm getting a little better at explaining things, at teaching. I'm getting more skilled, but it's a real struggle for me to stay on track sometimes. You may or may not have noticed. And the teaching aspect of it, I'll take responsibility sometimes, maybe once in a while. I assume. I make an ass out of you and me. Those of you who know that acronym happened in IT, IC. You know, it's like, I assumed you guys would already know how to, I don't know, normalize data. Don't you know how to normalize data? Let's start from there. So never assume. Because assume, make an ass out of you and me. I assume sometimes too much. And I'm going to share with you guys one of my struggles right now. To summarize a simple thing, to get to the guts of the matter, in other words, if there's no prerequisite to what I'm about to teach, I got to summarize quickly what content is. And I got to do it in a quick way because the heart of the matter, the meat today is creating acquisition content, but some people may not know what content is. So that's where I struggle. And the reason I'm saying that is because I can explain it to you. Maybe I struggle here. But I can't understand it for you. In this case, it's because of my explanation a lot of times. And that's why we have the bootcamp. So there are some things that I don't specify. Like we have to do videos in landscape, opposed to portrait. See how it's a rectangle? We are vertical. No, we're horizontal. We're horizontal right now. Some people film vertical by holding their phone like this when they film, when you should hold it like this. Things like that. And it is important because when we use a wrapper, when we wrap the video, as you're going to see today, when you wrap the video to get the subtitles in there, not subtitles, captions, to get an attention-grabbing image, to get emojis on the top and the bottom of this video, to make it a perfect square. Perfect square is better too. But this landscape theater, I don't know, widescreen, this is the way to put it in a frame where you could put a top header and a bottom footer and it comes out as a square. Takes up more real estate on social. You want to take up as much real estate as you can. See, there's one thing that I don't explain because I don't have time to do it. I wouldn't have explained this on today's lesson, even though I just did. Do your videos always, always, always like this. Unless, see, there's times to do it the other way. Unless you're doing a Facebook story or on certain platforms. But for this purpose, this was an example of me not teaching everything. So I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. There are certain things that I don't properly explain. But then there are certain things that I do explain, but you're not getting. Okay, guys? And that's what the bootcamp's for. I'm going to go over it. Today I chose, the reason I'm saying this is because it's okay to screw up. It's better to take action and do the thing and let me review it, or let us review it, or let other members review it. And once you guys are done going through this whole 2 weeks left to come into boot camp, you will be able to be good at this stuff because you'll be reviewing other people's stuff. Okay. Now I'm really kind of like, where am I going with this? So we're going to go here. We're going to go here to say that the demos I will use today, I picked a few of you for the raw acquisition content, which we're going to talk about first. The raw acquisition content is the unedited content that you are to produce. In today's homework assignment, the people who did it, I'm not going to judge them on those details. I'm going to judge them on having done it. I'm going to judge them on the content itself, even though it may not be perfect and they did not understand exactly what I was saying. I'm going to just put it out there, mostly because a lot of these people have not been featured, and they're awesome. You're awesome. You are awesome. So I'm going to give you the agenda today. Seeing how we're 16 minutes in, don't worry, guys. Some of this is pre-recorded, okay? In the boot camp, we had a week of homework assignments, as I already stated. In that week, we had 2 homework assignments. We were going to have more. Me, myself, and I decided to have 2 and really focus on them and give people time to submit it. If they don't have time to do it, submit it with busy lives out there. I mean your life, not Facebook lives. With people with busy lives, they're not, if you get overwhelmed with homework, it's been shown that you don't do it. But if you only have 1 piece or 2 pieces of homework in a week, you're more likely to do it and feel less guilty. Because once you fall behind in homework, you don't do any of it. I don't know if that makes sense. I was going to say, does that make sense? But it does make sense. That's what happens. So we have 2 pieces. Today, I'm going to share with the public, the homework assignment number 1, which is the creation of acquisition content. So I'm going to plug that in from the bootcamp. Now the bootcamp is paid for paid people who have paid, but the homework period was made available to the public. So people in the bootcamp, don't get upset and say, hey, don't share this. I paid to come in. This is the public part. If you don't know how to use this or make it immortal, I'm going to try to do my De Niro face. No. I can't do it. I can't do De Niro face. De Niro face, Robert De Niro face is hard to do. Very hard to do. Okay, Mark, you're way too happy. If you don't know how to respin this content so it gets shown to people over and over again, and how to get the content to actually capture people, blink, blink, blip, in your audience, it's just another piece of content that won't be seen by anybody, and it's not doing its job, which is capture audience members. So the people in the bootcamp, do not get upset, because this is just the teaching of acquisition content, okay? So I'm ripping a page out of the homework of the bootcamp today. We're going to share that homework assignment. I'll plug it in because I did it in the group. I assigned that homework. I'm going to plug it in. Number 2, I'm going to go through the raw version of me doing acquisition content. The raw clip. Number 3, or whatever, the next point, I'm going to show you guys the edited version. I've done this before. Those of you who've seen me work, you know how I do it. I suck. I suck at acquisition content, so I just do it, and then I edit it. I'll show you the edited version of acquisition content. Then I'm going to show you the final version, which is the one that's video wrapped. It's got all the cool stuff in order to... Our goal here is to capture audience members. That's why we call it acquisition content. We acquire audience members. We don't make sales. That's not the goal. So there are ways to acquire. There are ways to get people in. And that's when we use the video wrapper with the captions and the emojis. Believe it or not. You know, when you guys see emojis on, this is research based and it's action based. I'm not just sharing stuff with you guys in this today that I'm just like, oh, I wonder if this will work. This works. So I'm going to share with you the final version that is built in a certain way for an ad, a Facebook ad. Because you're spending a few bucks, you got to make this stuff work for you. The nurturing content's different. Okay? Let's get into it. How about that? And then I'm going to share some clips of some students that I'm extremely proud of. Fair enough? Fair enough? Okay, so let's start like this. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw like this. I have my Sharpie. I have a piece of paper. And I'm going to draw here on my desk. I'm going to show it to you as we go along. So let's go. I fought the law and the law won. They're coming to get me, guys. I surrender. They're coming to get me. All my past mistakes in life are catching up to me. They got me. They got me. Okay. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go acquisition content. I'm going to go ACQ for short. Acquisition content. It's a video. That's what we're going to work on today. So if you will please do this on your page. Acquisition content. That's your video. Okay? I'm going to keep drawing and explaining quick. This is kind of like the model. This is the Immortal content model. I'm going to draw it quick. And then sleep, Mark. You got to sleep. And then I'm going to just show you the whole page so you can do a screenshot, okay? So, acquisition content goes to a Facebook ad. The Sharpie's too thick. No, it's good. It goes to an ad, a Facebook ad, where the interests that you target to, can't get into this too much right here. You're going to target your content to a specific demographic, your targeted niche, your avatar, your target audience, the people who you want to market to. And that's based on interests in Facebook ads. Your interests, should I get into this? It's going to be 2 parts at the very minimum, 2 interests. One is entrepreneurs. Let me pad down here. Let me pad down. For some reason, I'm hot. It's getting hot in here. It's the light. Sacrifice. The sacrifices we make for vanity, right? For vanity purposes. Are we doing good? Yes, hair and makeup went home for the day. So we target our acquisition content to, I always go for entrepreneurs, no matter what I'm teaching. It's not always the case, but in this bootcamp we will. I help home business entrepreneurs make more sales for their business, grow their audience, and make more sales. And brand themselves through personal branding. That's what I teach. But if you are a business builder and acquiring talent or making quality connections in business, why wouldn't you go for entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are just better people. I'm sorry. We're better than everybody else. We're not regular peasants, y'all. You guys know I'm joking, right? You know I'm joking. That was a joke. I must state that. But they're more like-minded to my groove, y'all. They're more in my lane. I like connecting with entrepreneurs pretty well all the time. Yes, even on date night. Always. I gel better with entrepreneurs. So for me, entrepreneurs it is. So they are entrepreneurs. They have the interest of entrepreneurship. I just love entrepreneurs. They're risk takers. They're edgy. They're glasses half full type of people. And they're more likely to gel with you. If you're an entrepreneur, and that's what I guess why I'm saying this. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're here, you're probably an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur who hasn't quite made it yet. So you're at the right place. I use entrepreneurs and interests and then the niche that I'm going to be selling to. So here we go. We target your acquisition content to entrepreneurs in your niche. I'm going to go into this, why you want to do both in the bootcamp. Oh, no way. Oh, no way. I have an opportunity right now that just came in to this shiny party object syndrome. There's a big party happening tonight, but we have a boot camp tomorrow. Sacrifice. That's a big one. It's a big one. And I'm well known there too. So I don't have to mingle too much. They're all going to know who I am from online. Back to what I was saying. Add interests are entrepreneur and equals, let's go like this. Wow, I'm full of shiny objects today, am I not, folks? Interests are entrepreneur and whatever your niche is. So if your niche is health and wellness, you want to target the people who are interested in entrepreneurship and are interested in health and wellness. If it's travel, you get the point, right? Entrepreneurship and the travel niche, people who are interested in travel. So we're going to do this next. Your acquisition content will point to an ad, a Facebook ad, and the interests. There should be an S at interest, entrepreneur, and your niche. I'm going to put it back up. We just got to get moving. Marc Lalonde. That party shiny object got to me. It's kind of like when you do this stuff and you go to these local events where people who know, people who you've been nurturing are in this sub niche. When you go to these parties, it's like you don't have to work to be the popular kid in high school or in school. You know, I always popular, so it was never an issue. But no, it's not true. But when it's like just showing up at a party and people know you, like a real life thing, real life local thing, people know you. It's pretty neat. Oh, pretty neato. Acquisition. I'm all over the place. That's who I am, y'all. Get used to it. Goes to an ad. In the people who watch your content, here's where it gets powerful in Immortal content. People who watch your content for 3 seconds, 3-second view, which is why the video wrapping is super important. You get their attention immediately. As soon as they watch 3 seconds of your video, 1, 2, 3, excuse me in advance. Post cough, excuse me now. I'm sorry, I apologize for that cough. It was just coming up and I had to let you guys know. I had to warn you. The you audience, I'm going to show you, I'm drawing this out right now. They will fall into your you audience. That's what I call it. So, acquisition content, you have an ad pointing to that acquisition content. If they see 3 seconds of your ad, 1, 2, 3, they fall into your you audience. I'm going to put this back up, don't worry. That means that you now have them in your audience. You can show them whatever you want. The sheer power in that is unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. Imagine sending flyers. This is going to be fun. Imagine back in the olden days, or even today, even no, it's still happening, believe me, a lot. People sending out a pizza shop, sending whatever, a business, small business, sending out flyers in the mail. Sending out flyers in the mail. Most of those flyers go in the trash, but they still have to pay for it. You have a Facebook ad. Picture opening that flyer, opening the envelope with the coupons or whatever. Just them opening it up, or spending 3 seconds of their time actually reading the flyer. Today's special at pizzahut.com or whatever. If they take 3 seconds to read it, imagine if people who took 3 seconds to read that, they were now in your audience and you could show them stuff every single day. Imagine if that was possible on flyers. What if they don't watch 3 seconds? What if they don't spend 3 seconds to read your flyer, your pamphlet? You still pay for it. In Facebook ads, you don't. Capiche? Comprende? So, if they don't look at 3 seconds, if in traditional marketing, real life marketing, flyers, if they don't take 3 seconds of their time to read it, you still pay. In online marketing, if they don't take 3 seconds of watching your video, you don't pay. No money. No harm. If they take 3 seconds in real life and don't buy anything, you lose. You have to pay again to get in front of them again. You do too in Facebook ads, but it's different. Because now you get to nurture them. And you don't capture them. You don't know who took 3 seconds to look at your stuff in traditional marketing. Facebook ads, you do know. Now you have them in an audience, and because they took 3 seconds, well, now you can drill them down and work with that. So, with that being said, imagine if that was possible with print stuff. Well, why use print stuff? People are not going in their mailbox anyways. I'm not going to get into that. All I'm going to say is that is super powerful when they watch 3 seconds of your video. Plus, they know who you are a little bit. They know who you are enough that when they see you tomorrow, they'll be like, I know that face. I've seen that face before. Oh, yeah. I kind of watched like a few seconds of a video. Okay. Well, there he or she is again. And then the next day, oh, there they are again. Maybe I'll take some time and look. Or maybe it's like, that person is annoying. They're always in my timeline. They're always in my face. How do I get rid of them? There is no unsubscribe button. You're stuck with me forever. Okay, that was bad. But it's going to be okay. You'll get used to me. You're going to learn to like me. So once they're in your audience, you are going to nurture them at this point. So acquisition content, this is the only point. This is as far as we go today. Well, we just create this today with the homework. In the boot camp, in the beginning, it's what we go through. The goal of this is to get them in here. Get them to watch 3 seconds. 33 minutes in, Marc Lalonde. It's going to be a long one today. Oh, well. Unbelievable. Once they're in your audience, I'm going to tell you what the nurture content does so you see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. From there, you are going to, in the bootcamp 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See what I did right there? You're going to show that you audience 7 pieces of what I call nurture content. It's different from acquisition content. We don't cover that today. We're not covering that today. We are covering that next Sunday. That's right. You will have homework on this too. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. This is acquisition homework. Next week is nurture homework, nurture content homework. So I'm going to go like this. Call this nurture content. This is so much fun, guys. You know, I'll tell you, making a lot of money is one thing, but becoming famous is cooler. It depends. It depends what your purpose is. And I use the word famous slightly. I used to use the word famous slightly, but now I can say that. These guys are famous. Like, these guys are famous. Make no mistake, online is the new Hollywood, y'all. It's crazy. Now, famous in the business niche is a cool thing. These are my peeps. Would you like me to go through them? Tom Bellier, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Jordan Belfort, Sam Ovens, Frank Kern, Brendan Burchard, Ty Lopez, Marc Lalonde, Ed Millett, Neil Patel, Gary Vaynerchuk, Patrick, I should know it. Shoot. It just slipped in my mind. He's one of the guys I watch the least, but he's got amazing acquisition content. He made Patrick B.E.T. David? Patrick David, maybe? Can somebody help me out? The guy in the corner here. Amazing acquisition content. What a coincidence. This guy's, because of one video, he got himself 1 million followers because of one good acquisition content video. Russell Brunson, Anik Singal, Lewis Howes, and Dean Graziosi. These guys are famous, except for Marc Lalonde. That was a joke. That's me, in case you haven't noticed. That's a vision board. I put myself there so I envision myself. And also, so when I put ads and people see that in the background, they're like, oh my God, is that guy in that? It's a little, yeah, why not? They're like, the people that don't know this is a vision board, they may think, oh, he's one of them. I never saw him before. Because I do, in fact, market to his followers, to these people's people, with that in the background. So if someone's like a Ty Lopez follower, they go, oh, there's Ty, there's a Gary Vee there. Okay, oh, so this guy I'm watching here, maybe he's one of them and I haven't heard of him yet. There's always a little bit of a, what is it? Ulterior motive? But it is a vision board. So, nurture content is going to make you recognized or famous over time. Fame is a good thing. Not for ego purposes, but for influential purposes. Maybe I should start saying influential instead of famous, because it's really kind of the same thing, in my opinion. And it's not about ego. Well, maybe weeny little bit. Nurture content, you want to put out 7 pieces of those. I've done the math, I've done the testing. Yes, this is my formula. So some people may say, well, how much research do you have backing this? I got my research. This is not a field or an industry that's that mainstream yet. It isn't. We're kind of defining the rules for a lot of this stuff, y'all. Here at Branding YOUniversity, I'm just saying, we're defining a lot of these rules. We're building our metrics around this. This is new. It's going to be hot to trot in 5 years, believe me. Everyone on this webinar, right now, today, taking this training, do not take it lightly. Do not take this stuff lightly. Plug into my stuff. Just do it, because I'm going there. If you're with me, you're coming with me. Mark my words. Mark's words. In 5 years from now, I won't be next summer I won't be in this money-making little dungeon. I have the funds now. I'm upgrading. You're gonna see me upgrade. You're going through the process with me. And if you're at this early on in the game with me, you're gonna be a personal branding leader. You're going to be sought after. Rank up in my system and see what happens. Take a chance, do it part-time, just learn, plug in, work on this acquisition content. That's a good start. Carried away there, huh? I got carried away. Piece of content number 8 is going to be your CTA, your call to action, which is an invitation to take some kind of action. So now, once they're in your U audience, we create 7 pieces of nurture content and 1 CTA content. We cover this next Sunday. You will have homework to create one of these next Sunday. Today we create this. Okay? You guys happy with that? You guys, well, let me do a screenshot, guys. Do a screenshot, guys. On the call to action, I'm going to talk as I show this. This will get them to know, like, and trust you. This CTA at the end is going to actually be a webinar invite, or adding someone to a list, or a direct sale, a sales offer. Could be anything. But by the time they've gone through all of this and they see that, they're going to take action. They're more likely to take action. I hope you got the screenshot. If not, check out the webinar replay in brandinguniversity.com/nothing. And just register as a free student. Go to all courses at the top. Go to webinar replays. Webinars and webinar replays. You'll always get the last 5. Right now I think we got the last 10 or something, because I keep putting them in. The webinar replays in brandinguniversity.com. That's branding university.com. We always put up the 5 last replays for free. Then they go into the training vault. Excuse me. If the material's good, sometimes I have trouble letting it go for free. I have trouble not giving stuff away for free. I do. I have trouble doing it because when I sell it, I'm like, oh, so many people are missing out on this. I want them to do it because it works. So sometimes I'll leave 6 up. I'll say one more week. Sometimes I'll leave 7. Sometimes I'll leave 8. Sometimes there's 10. I believe there's 10 of them now. So here we have it. You guys understand how this whole thing works? What I'm going to do right now is we got to get, we're only 41 minutes in. We got to get moving, right? Who thinks I'll be able to do this in under an hour in total? That's a joke now. People just laugh and people just giggle. When I go, today we're going to do it in under an hour. Where are my notes, Mark? Where are my notes, Mark? Right here. Just so you know what I drew out. Actually, yeah, I like to pull back the curtain a lot. When I drew this out, even though it took an incredibly long time to get through, when I drew this out, it's not that I don't know it by heart. Of course I know it by heart. But guess what? I actually have it already down. See? Is it cheating? It's not cheating. It's just that when you're actually doing this stuff, you may know it by heart, but it's a lot of pressure, y'all. You know how many people are going to see this? Even for me, is it pressure? Well, you can forget your own stuff. It's not that you forget it, it's you drop the ball on it. And when you rewatch it, you're like, oh, I didn't even talk about the 7 pieces of nurturing content. Stuff like that. So that's a little tip. Have it ready, even when you're doing whiteboard stuff. Heck, I was watching Jordan Belfort do it. The best of the best of the best of the best. That man right there. The best. Well, yeah. Yeah. He's better than Grant Cardone in sales. He's better than Grant Cardone. I'm just saying, I love Grant Cardone. But Jordan Belfort is more of a skilled salesperson. Sorry, Grant. I know you're going to see this, brother. I love you. I know you're going to tear me apart when I'm on your show. But Jordan's better than you, bro. But you're number 2, okay? Probably shouldn't have said that. But the reason I said that is because even Jordan Belfort has his notes. You see him look at them. He's doing a whiteboard thing. You go, number 1, you got to be sharp as attack. Number 2, you got to be a figure of authority. And you see him looking at his notes and writing them down. It's a little nugget for you. You want to do that in advance. So now that I have my notes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the homework assignment, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to plug in the raw, unedited version of the homework assignment you should all do. Take it as an assignment. This isn't just a ramble fest. We did our 44 minutes of ramble. I'm fine with that. Then I'm going to plug in the edited version, the raw version of the homework. So the homework assignment, then me doing the homework, and then the edited version of the homework, and then the final version, which is the edited version wrapped up in a certain way for an ad. And then that's it. And that, well, the conclusion, There won't need to be a conclusion. The conclusion is this right now. The conclusion is enjoy the people that I'm going to show you. And these are people who have done the raw version of the assignment. Now we had like over 50 out of 75 or something. Unbelievable. Maybe over 50 do assignment number 1, homework number 1. So I can only do a couple. I can only pop a couple in. And the group is closed. So to the people in the boot camp, you could check them all in the group, but I can only feature a couple. And there is no favoritism here, guys. I didn't have time to look at them all, and I just had to pick some for time purposes. So that's the webinar today. You guys okay with that? Ready to roll? Will I come back out in between? Yeah, I'm just going to pop in and out. Let me plug it in right now. And I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. Right now, this is the homework assignment. I'm plugging this in. I'm no longer live for the next 2 minutes. Then I'm going to come out again, okay? See you guys in a sec. Hey guys, what's up? You excited for the homework? Okay, here we go. I'm going to kind of narrate what we're going to do for the homework. It is a piece of content that you will be creating, video content. The homework begins. This is homework assignment number 1. You are to create a video, which I've already done it. I'm going to plug it in. You're going to do a dirty version. No, not a dirty not a dirty version, a raw version, which is full of screw-ups. I want the screw-ups in there. My voice is a little raw, so we're off to a good screw-up to start with. Just kidding, voice doesn't matter. Quality of voice doesn't matter. So, here's how we're going to do this. And remember, this is assignment number 1. I'm going to start by saying, if you are not in the boot camp, you can do this for your own practice. But in the boot camp, we will be editing your version of this content in the boot camp itself. And we will be putting it through a process to add captions, to add images, to capture people who watch 3 seconds of this video. Then we're going to use those people from your audience to nurture them and eventually give them a call to action, okay? So what we need now is a topic. We need a hot topic that spans across entrepreneurship. So for this homework, for all homework, we're going to be assuming you help small business entrepreneurs. That's the best gateway to selling whatever it is you do. Now, if you're in wellness, if you're in travel, don't worry about that. We get them in with an entrepreneurial tip because when we target these ads, we will be putting entrepreneurs and whatever it is you have as the interest. So I don't want to go into that kind of detail here. The purpose of this actually is to be super short and give you a topic to create content on. It's only going to be a 2 or 3 minute video. That's the good news. But the not so good news is that, not sorry. The not so good news is that this is the hardest thing for you to do as an entrepreneur, especially when you start marketing yourself online, branding yourself, and building your own audience. People need to know, like, and trust you. And the hardest thing to do, there's no way around it, is to make videos. So I know many of you have not made videos yet. Many of you have. I know how hard it is. I know how difficult this step is. So I'm going to frame this like this. You don't have to do the homework. You can observe, even if you're in the boot camp. You can observe. And if you're not in the boot camp, like I said, don't submit your homework. It won't get accepted for review. If you're not in the boot camp, you can just do it for your own practice, like I said. But if you're in the boot camp and you do not want to do it, you want to be a professional student and you just want to observe, you can do that. You're not being forced here, but you will not be featured. You just won't benefit from it. I know I need to spend time on this. Do the homework. But there's only so much I can do. You guys understand that, right? So how am I going to frame this? I'll frame this like this. What you're about to do today, Or yeah, do it as soon as you can, because the longer you wait, the more your fears kick in. I want you to understand you're going to submit your screwed up copy. We're going to edit this after. And I also want you to realize no one will see this, okay? If you have to redo it later, that's fine. The purpose here, you probably won't have to redo it because we will edit it. But the real purpose here is for you to step out of your fear, okay? And get this done. Submit it in the group. I believe we've got almost 70 or 80 people now out of the 100. We will support each other. And do that as well, guys. Check out your peers' videos because you will make connections within this group to move forward. So bootcamp members will end up connecting with each other. If I told you how many groups I've created where people have connected with each other and started their own things, it's unbelievable. That doesn't even include me. You make connections here. So support each other. I'm definitely looking at every piece of homework. I'm going to comment on every one, okay? Be aware of that. I'm checking your homework. So the topic we're going to go with on this fine Monday for you to create your content on is one of the most important topics. Yeah, for entrepreneurs is how to grow your audience daily with one quality connection. So what I'm going to do now is you may want to rewind to this video. I'm going to plug some stuff in, but you're going to want to rewind this homework and probably watch it a few times. And maybe I should type this out. Yeah, maybe I should create a file and type this out, especially for my handwriting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this right now. This is what you're going to want to write on a piece of paper because we're all doing the same content. If you want to do different content, that's great. But here's what I would like you to write down. You may want to pause this, okay, as you're taking note. Top is grow your network by adding one real connection daily. These are the 4 steps we are going to be stating in or sharing in our piece of content. Step 1, tip number 1, send 5 new friend requests and send them a private message with a compliment. So you want to check their profile for that compliment. That's number 1. Number 2, be patient before giving them a CTA, a call to action. Don't ask for anything on this piece of content. There's a reason for that. You will capture them and you will not have commission breath. Number 3, over time, they will ask you what you do. So you want to listen for that and be very attentive to them asking you that question. It will come. Number 4, most important one, stay consistent. So 5 new friend requests per day. Okay? You guys may want to rewind that, pause it, and write it down in your own words. My writing can be a little sloppy. Okay? This is what we're doing. This is homework number 1. Whoa. Hey, got carried away there. The tripwire spun, yeah. So that is, what happened to my sheet? Okay, that's like magic. Okay. Got it. So I've already done this for your homework. All homework I will do as well so that you see that I'm not good at this stuff. Nurturing content is more on the fly. It's more of a live version. The purpose is to get their attention immediately. So even before we introduce ourselves, we throw the question right in there. So the question will be, grow your network by, are you an entrepreneur or small business owner looking to grow your network by 1 new connection daily? You'll see me go through this in my raw version that I'm about to plug in right now. So this raw version is your example, and I'm going to explain to you certain things as I go through the raw version. You don't need to explain things when you submit your homework, but you will be taking pauses. You will be referring to your notes. You will be redoing certain lines. And once again, this is what I want in the homework submission. Okay, guys? So let me plug that in. Then I'm coming back out. Then I'll show you the edited version. then I'm coming back out again. 9 minutes in, hey, it's as quick as I could go for the homework assignment. And again, if you're not in the bootcamp, don't submit it. When you submit it, you'll see you're going to include your bootcamp member number, okay? So here we go. Let me plug that in right now. How's it going, guys? I got my sheet. This will be extremely raw, but this is what I want you submitting in the group for those of you who have the courage to do homework assignment number 1. For those of you who never did this, like I mentioned, it will be sloppy. Don't worry. Watch how sloppy I am. I may do a few retakes on some of the chunks of the video, but you'll see how this rolls, okay? Very easy once you get the hang of it. I've got my notes. We hit them up with the question immediately. I don't think I'm going to do too much explanation throughout this. I'm just going to go through the process, and then I'm going to cut it up, and you're going to see the final version right after this. I want you to submit the raw version in the group, okay? So don't worry about the cutting up. Don't worry about the captions. Yes, we're going to add captions. Yes, we're going to add a nice image header. We're going to add the captions at the bottom. We're going to add a couple of emojis throughout. Make it fancy a little bit to get people's attention, okay? So they actually listen to this short piece of content, specifically 3 seconds of it. You're going to understand all this stuff in the actual bootcamp, but for this purpose, for the homework, I want it raw. I want it raw. I want it just like I'm going to do it now. A lot of screw-ups, but watch how quickly I do this with the notes you have, okay? So this is our first piece of content. Grow your network by adding 1 real connection daily, okay? So let's start like this. Okay, pretty clear? It's not going to be clear until you see me do the homework. Pretty much. So, without further ado, this will be the quickest segue ever. Let me plug in right now the raw version. Here we go. Hey guys, are you an entrepreneur or a small business owner and you struggle with getting 1 new quality connection for yourself? See that, guys? Pretty simple, right? You may want to do that a couple of times in a row until you feel you have it right. This is what I'd love to see as your homework. The homework is down and dirty. The homework is not pretty. If you nail all this in 1 take, power to you, but it's definitely not necessary. So then I'm jumping into my introduction, briefly what I do, and the question and the solution. Stick around for the solution. So go something like this. We'll go exactly like this. Let's nail it the first shot, Mark, shall we? Maybe I won't nail it the first shot on purpose and screw up on purpose to show you guys there's a lot of screw ups. Yes, even for me. So, my name is Marc Lalonde, and I help home business owners and small business entrepreneurs generate leads, build their audience, and make more sales for their business. I got 1 simple question for you. Do you feel like you're not getting at least 1 quality connection for your network? Daily? Maybe I should stop with the little Donald Trump stuff. Been watching politics too much. Keep it serious, Mark. So here we go. So stick around, and I'm going to share with you 4 steps to grow your network by adding 1 real connection daily. I don't know if I like that. To grow your personal network by adding 1 quality connection daily to your network. Said network twice there. To grow your network by adding 1 quality connection daily. Perfect. You'll see as I cut this up how it's short, flows nicely. So here we go. We're right into the content. This has to be short, okay, guys? So number 1 is send 5 new friend requests and send them a private message with a compliment. Simple. Losing my voice, right? A lot of videos in the past 2 days. So here we go. Okay, step number 1 is to send 5 new friend requests on Facebook daily and send them a private message at the same time with a compliment. How do you know what to compliment them on? Very simple. Go to their profile, find something that you have in common with, and throw them a compliment with absolutely no agenda. It's simply a hello to open up that friend request. Very good. 5 per day. Those 5 friend requests per day with the compliment and the reach out will generally result in 1 open connection. You want to make sure you don't take your eyes off your sheet and look up too fast. I think I did. So I may have to redo this, but I don't think so. Usually you want to look in the camera, and as you look at your notes, come up and make sure you look at the camera for maybe half a second before, so that your eyes don't shift as we cut this up in the actual boot camp. How are we doing? 5 minutes? But we only have like 30 seconds of content. So all the ramble in between, me trying to explain it throughout. Again, we're going to go through this in detail in the boot camp, cut this up, make it fancy. I want the raw version because I want to see you guys do what I'm doing. Screw up. So here we go. Step number 2, do not be in a rush with a call to action. Whether it's adding people to your list, asking them to take a look at something, asking what they do, be patient. All you need to do is continue to add those friend requests and send a message with a compliment. So number 2 is be patient with your call to action. Perfect. You don't want to add that in the video. Perfect. Perfect, Mark. Well done. And this will become very easy after a while, guys. You'll be popping out content like this. So, number 3, be aware of them asking you what it is you do. Number 3 is be patient and keep your ears open and listen. They will ask you what you do, and that is your opening to share what you do with them. Number 4, which is the most important step to adding 1 new quality connection to your network. Number 4 is stay consistent with 5 friend requests per day. Even if, no, 5 friend requests per day, along with a message to each friend request before they accept your friend request, giving them a non-agenda driven compliment. If you don't get a friend request out of your 5 for the first couple of days, don't worry. You're planting those seeds. They will add up, and in 1 day you may get 5 accepted requests. So there you have it. Those 4 steps on a consistent basis will help you grow your network by 1 new quality connection daily, which is 30 new connections over the month, which over a year is 365 new quality connections. And let's keep in mind, your net worth is completely dependent on the size of your network. So to reiterate, the 4 steps to generate 1 new quality connection in your network are, I looked at my page. So to see what I mean? Here's what I mean by looking at the camera first. See what I mean? I'm not really good at this stuff, but it's just a matter of doing it over and over again. And once we cut it up properly, it's mint. So to reiterate, the 4 steps to generate 1 quality connection in your network per day are: number 1, send 5 new friend requests per day, along with a private message giving them a compliment that is non-agenda driven. Number 2, be patient and listen for them to ask you what it is you do without spitting out a call to action to join anything that you have. No, that was not number 2. Number 3 was that. See, that's why we have the notes. Number 2 is be patient and do not give a call to action. Do not ask them to take a look at anything you have or to join your list. Number 3 is listen. Listen carefully for when they ask you what it is that you do. Over time, it may be after 2 conversations, it may be after 5, it may be after 10. They will ask you what it is you do. So keep your ears open for that question. And number 4, stay consistent. Send those 5 friend requests per day along with the message, giving them a compliment, and do it every single day. So apply those 4 steps daily and you are sure to grow your network with quality connections by 1 new person daily. Marc Lalonde signing off, and have a great day. There you have it, guys. So now, see how that took 11 minutes right there. Watch when I cut it up. Let's see how short it is. I'm going to say it's probably 3 minutes max. So let's see what the final product is now. Let's check it out. And by the way, this is the homework I want. All this mumbo jumbo in between. It's kind of what I need to see. And this is what's going to bust you out of your fear of doing it. If you try to do this all in one take, good luck. With time, will you be able to? No, with time, this will become nurturing content. We'll get into that in the bootcamp, okay, guys? So right now, we're acquiring new people to take a look at your video for 3 seconds. That's the goal of this, because they will drop into your audience, as you will see in the official live 8 p.m. bootcamps. So let's see what the cut-up version looks like. Okay, so you see how ugly that was? This is, let me shut this down, let me shut this down, let me shut this down. Ooh, this voice is going to be raw by the end of the week, I think. Okay, that was talk about a raw voice. That was a raw piece of content. That's what I want you to submit in the group as your homework assignment. Are you nervous? I don't know if you're nervous. This is a recording, so I can't see your live chats, but are you nervous about this? This could be the biggest step you take, for real. For anyone who's not really into videos or doing videos, this could be the catalyst to everything changing for you. So few people are doing videos. If you think a lot of people are doing videos in small business or entrepreneurship, you're wrong. It's like way less than 1%. It's just because you're in this world and you see a lot of them. So if you get through this fear, you're on your way up to being one of these leaders. And I need some ladies up here. We need some ladies up there. Come on. It's all guys up there. Come on. We need some lady Gary V's, some lady Grant Cardone's. I don't know about Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez is losing a bit of traction, and I think I know why. Well, that means it gives us opportunity to grab one of those spots. Make sense? Just do it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug in the cut up version of what you just saw. And I don't want you to worry about this. We will cut this up for your video. We'll cut it up for your video. And on top of that, we're going to add captions. We're going to add images. We're going to We'll make it fancy. We'll also make it in a perfectly square format. There's a lot of reasons for that. We will upload it to your page, and we'll give it a capture mechanism so that when someone watches 3 seconds, you get them as your audience member. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. So I'm gonna show you the cut up version, but don't worry about it. This is just to show you how that raw piece of mess that I just did turns out into something quite nice. No captions, nothing, just the cut up version. Let me plug that in and I'll be right out. There you have it. That's the raw version. I'm not that good at that stuff, am I? I'm not that good at that stuff, am I? It's good enough for acquisition content. So now another short little break. I'm live right now. When you see the header at the bottom there, or the footer, that means I'm not live. Now I'm going to show you the final edited version. Here we go. Hey guys, are you an entrepreneur or a small business owner and you struggle with getting one new quality connection for yourself? My name is Marc Lalonde and I help home business owners and small business entrepreneurs generate leads, build their audience, and make more sales for their business. I got one simple question for you. Do you feel like you're not getting at least one quality connection for your network daily? So stick around and I'm going to share with you 4 steps to grow your network by adding one quality connection daily. Step number 1 is to send 5 new friend requests on Facebook daily and send them a private message at the same time with a compliment. How do you know what to compliment them on? Very simple. Go to their profile, find something that you have in common with, and throw them a compliment with absolutely no agenda. It's simply a hello to open up that friend request. Those 5 friend requests per day with the compliment and the reach out will generally result in one open connection. Step number 2, do not be in a rush with a call to action. Whether it's adding people to your list, asking them to take a look at something, asking what they do, be patient. All you need to do is continue to add those friend requests and send a message with a compliment. So number 2 is be patient with your call to action. Number 3, be aware of them asking you what it is you do. Number 3 is be patient and keep your ears open and listen. They will ask you what you do, and that is your opening to share what you do with them. Number 4, which is the most important step to adding one new quality connection to your network. Number 4 is stay consistent with 5 friend requests per day, along with a message to each friend request before they accept your friend request, giving them a non-agenda driven compliment. If you don't get a friend request out of your 5 for the first couple of days, don't worry. You're planting those seeds. They will add up, and in one day you may get 5 accepted requests. So there you have it. Those 4 steps on a consistent basis will help you grow your network by one new quality connection daily, which is 30 new connections over the month, which over a year is 365 new quality connections. And let's keep in mind, your net worth is completely dependent on the size of your network. So to reiterate, the 4 steps to generate one quality connection in your network per day are: number 1, send 5 new friend requests per day along with a private message giving them a compliment that is non-agenda driven. Number 2 is be patient and do not give a call to action. Do not ask them to take a look at anything you have or to join your list. Number 3 is listen. Listen carefully for when they ask you what it is that you do. Over time, it may be after 2 conversations, it may be after 5, it may be after 10. They will ask you what it is you do. So keep your ears open for that question. And number 4, stay consistent. Send those 5 friend requests per day along with the message, giving them a compliment, and do it every single day. So apply those 4 steps daily and you are sure to grow your network with quality connections by one new person daily. Marc Lalonde signing off, and have a great day. Okay, pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool how you can make something messy look good. It's good. The content's there. It's to the point. People get to know you a little bit, but it's not like nurturing content. Nurturing content next week when we cover that, part 2, is a lot of ramble. A lot of you. No editing. No editing. And a little bit unscripted. We'll go through that next week. So now I'm just going to plug in a little piece of the ad, the Facebook ad. Okay, let me plug it in. Then I'm going to come out and I'm going to conclude this whole thing. Conclude. Okay, let me just plug that in. It's going to be in a square format, so it's the sides. It's not widescreen, but it's from a widescreen. I'll explain in a sec. Here we go. Let me plug it in. Hey guys, are you an entrepreneur or a small business owner and you struggle with getting one new quality connection for yourself? My name is Marc Lalonde and I help home business owners and small business entrepreneurs generate leads, build their audience, and make more sales for their business. I got one simple question for you. Do you feel like you're not getting at least one quality connection for your network daily? So stick around and I'm going to share with you 4 steps to grow your network by adding one quality connection daily. Step number 1 is to send 5 new friend requests on Facebook daily and send them a private message at the same time with a compliment. How do you know what to compliment them on? Very simple. Go to their profile, find something that you have in common with. Okay, pretty cool, huh? And yes, the people on the bootcamp will see me do this. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. Some of you are going to walk away with wrapped ads. Like, some of you are going to be resourceful and you're going to have like literally your acquisition content wrapped just like the way you saw it. I just showed you the beginning. There is a little outro, and that's really the essence of it, because what I just showed you guys, there is captions at the beginning of the video, but then they go away because you don't need them. Our goal here is to get people to get 3 seconds of that video. Then we got them. We got them. If they want to keep watching, they can keep watching, but that's not the goal. Comprende? Really? You got it? The emojis are there for a reason too. They work. They get attention. They're trendy right now. They're the thing to do. That's what all the leaders do. That's what I try. And when I try it, go figure. It gets more, just people watch longer. I don't know the exact psychology of it, but if the big, for the marketing stuff, the 2 main guys here, the 2 geniuses in ads would be Frank Kern and, well, he'd be the best, Neil Patel. Neil Patel. Sorry, Frank, I love you too. Funny, I always talk about Grant Cardone and Frank Kern, and I don't talk about Neil Patel or Jordan Belfort, but they're better. They're better. I don't talk about them for a few reasons. I like to keep them to myself. But now, I guess the cat's out of the bag. So, the emojis, the captions, all that stuff, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it. I use Camtasia. Spoiler alert. Camtasia. That's the software I use. I'm going to do it with you guys. And I'm actually going to do it for you guys. Well, I have someone doing this for me now. Yeah. Mr. Big Shot. He's got his own video guy. So I'm going to get it done for some of you in the bootcamp. Okay. So you're going to have the option to allow me to do it for you, or allow my team of 1 to do it for you, and have your whole campaign set up. Probably the most important campaign you can ever have is wrapped like that, like you just saw. 1 acquisition content, 7 nurturing contents, and 1 CTA content, all wrapped that way. Now we're talking. Now you've got yourself a I don't know what to say. Once you have it wrapped the way I just showed you, 7 nurture, it's everything. I'm not going to get into it. What I'm going to say is, guys, you got the homework assignment. You get it? Who's going to do it? Put it in the chat. Who's going to do it? Put it in the chat. I want to see. In the boot camp, I encourage everyone to do the homework. Like I said, some people in the group that are not part of the boot camp did the homework anyways. And they didn't come. They didn't come in the group. They did not come in the boot camp, but they did the homework. Maybe they don't have $71. It's possible. But if you don't have $71, you need this the most. I say that all the time. The people who can't afford it are the people who need to come up with that $71. Well, Mark, why don't you give it away for free? Because I'm not. I want you to take action. And if you got some skin in the game, you're more likely to take action. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a fact. Do you think I need the 71 bucks? Well, 100 people, was that $7,000? I'm just saying, I'm not being cocky, believe me. Back in the day, $7,000 a week would have been like amazing. No, like it's still money. Money's money, but I'm not doing it for it to make what, $7,000 in a week. And really, if you think that's a lot of money in this game, if you think 50 grand a month is a lot of money in this game, you might want to take a look at these guys. This little fella, I'm just gonna pick one out of the blue. He's gonna make 40 now. You're looking at 40 million US dollars in 1 year now. So he's forecast to make. Yeah, I said that right. This is a different game. This is not traditional. In my career in computers, I used to make $200,000 a year, and I was considered wealthy. Like I'd go out on a date, and girls were like, "Oh wow, look at that beautiful SUV. Look at that car. Look at your place." I'm like, I was a big deal at 200 grand. A lot of people are at 200 or 250, $250,000 a year. You're a successful person. You are in the traditional world. I'm from that world. I just got into this 5 years ago. Believe me, I'm like, this is ridiculous. But once you build an audience, once you understand that at the helm of these two little things, you have access to the whole freaking globe. Forget it. What about at the helm of this little thing? This little thing. You're at the helm. You have the reach of the world. Like, once you understand this stuff and you start personally branding your face, yeah. So, I guess my point was, I'm not doing the bootcamp for the money. I'm doing the bootcamp for the success stories. Because once you guys start succeeding, I know what works. I just do, guys. And it's not that I'm a genius. Believe me, I am no freaking genius. As a matter of fact, I'm not born smart. I'm not. Well, no, I'm not. If you work hard and you study hard and you force feed information into your brain and you just don't stop studying and applying and taking action and not giving a crap what people think and doing it anyways, you're just going to get good at skills. That's where I am, okay? So with that being said, do the homework. Wow, went on and on. Do the homework and do it for yourself. You guys are not submitting this. I will leave you with this. Have an amazing, I'm not supposed to say the day of the week, but have an amazing Sunday. Okay, guys? And I'm going to just plug in some random homework assignments. No preference has been laid out to these. I just randomly picked them. So, I learned this from Ed Millett, actually. Was it Ed Millett? I think it was Ed Millett. He said, when you're about to teach something, always or speak on stage, a lot of people don't have their conclusion figured out. Their final goodbye. So they ramble, and like exactly what I'm doing right now, I don't know how to say goodbye. So have that in mind before you start your presentation. Have the end in mind. So, let's try this. As I plug in the people who I'm extremely proud of, only a few of them, maybe I may plug in 4 or 5 of them, out of 60 maybe. I'm proud of you all. But as I plug in some people who did the homework, this is the raw version of the people in the Immortal Bootcamp, random pickings. As I plug them in, I will say goodbye. Have an amazing Sunday, everyone. And I will see you all on social media. Here we go. Bye-bye now.